we've had from the Equalities Commission in the last couple of days, which, you know, Pat McFadden says it's brought clarity. This is what everyone's going to have to do now. What do you make of that?
We're really worried that the guidance from the EHRC has been rushed, clearly. It's been ill thought out, in my opinion, and it's really obvious that they have not listened to trans people, possibly not consulted them at all in the preparation of this guidance. Well, I think it's quite clear that it will create the risk of discrimination, direct and indirect, against trans people, especially in workplaces. I think it has the potential to create some unintended consequences, as Ed Davey was saying. I think it hasn't considered the consequences of what happens if you say to trans people that they are not allowed to go to the toilet in their gender or in their birth sex. Well, and almost as an afterthought, the guidance says, but they shouldn't be left with nowhere to go. But there's no suggestion of how that's going to be resolved.
So what do you want to see happen then?
Well, it is obviously early days. It only came out on Friday night. I have already been and will continue to be liaising closely with human rights and LGBT organisations to get their expert advice. But I won't hesitate to push for changes in legislation if it becomes apparent that that's necessary. And now, I'm not a legal expert, but I think it may be necessary because it does seem to leave some big gaps. And it seems to fly in the face of the strong tradition of tolerance we have in Britain. For example, the EHRC guidance seems to be saying that if a lesbian association or venue wants to be inclusive, wants to include trans women, and let's bear in mind that lesbian women, non-trans lesbian women are amongst the most supportive of trans people in the whole of society, so quite a lot of lesbian LGBT organisations are going to want to include trans people. The advice, seems to say that they won't be allowed to.
So would you like the guidance to be withdrawn and then we'll...
Yes, exactly. The Greens are calling for the guidance to be withdrawn. It's clearly rushed and ill thought out and they haven't consulted all the people who'd be affected.
OK.
We're saying withdraw it, think again, consult everyone who'd be affected.